Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. We're not whispering anymore, we're turning up the volume. Because what's happening to Meghan and Harry is not just royal drama, it's a full-scale media campaign. A campaign built on recycled stories, sneaky timing and spite. And it's time we called it out, unfiltered. Today we expose the pattern. We celebrate those who stand against it, specifically Professor Wilson. And we stand with the Sussexes. Let's roll. Look around. You're seeing headlines. Meghan did X behind the scenes. Harry was furious. A royal insider says, but pause. Why now? These aren't fresh revelations. They're recycled rumours. Repainted, relicensed, re-dripped into public view with a new twist. The tone has escalated. More derisive, more "I've got the dirt", more insider gossip masquerading as solid news. And yes, the timing matters. Because when the Sussexes are doing something visible, an interview, a foundation update, a public appearance, the media fills the narrative gap with distraction. When we see outlets like Sunday Express whisper pieces about Lady C or Brittany or other alleged royal insiders, we must ask, what's their agenda? One repeat, nothing new here except timing and spite. In this murk, Professor Wilson steps in and says, hold up, the facts don't stack up. We're dealing with guesswork dressed as fact. Amid the noise, Professor Tim Wilson stands out, a scholar analysing media patterns with evidence, not emotion. He dissects the campaign against Meghan and Harry, exposing tactics used to manufacture stories. Wilson's work isn't about sides, it's about journalistic integrity. He challenges both media and public to demand accuracy and transparency. His research gives us tools to spot manipulation and see the bigger picture. When media abandons its duty to inform, public trust erodes. Wilson's call: hold ourselves and our media to the standard of truth. Professor Wilson identifies 4 pillars of media smear campaigns. First, anonymous sources. Vague insiders shielded from scrutiny, spreading rumour as news. Second, recycling. Old stories repackaged to create endless drama. Third, lack of verification. Sensational claims rarely fact-checked, corrections buried. Fourth, narrative factories, media outlets actively crafting long-term storylines, casting Meghan and Harry in fixed roles. These tactics embed negativity, making it hard to counter false narratives. It's not about isolated stories, but a sustained campaign shaping public perception. Recognizing these pillars is the first step to resisting manipulation. Behind the headlines are real people, Harry, Meghan and their family. They are not just names in the news or faces on magazine covers, but individuals with hopes, dreams and vulnerabilities, just like anyone else. The relentless negativity isn't just noise. It inflicts real psychological and reputational harm. Every harsh headline and rumour can leave lasting scars, affecting not only their public image, but also their mental well-being. Constant scrutiny creates stress, anxiety, and isolates them from their work and supporters. The pressure of always being watched can make even simple moments feel overwhelming, pushing them further into isolation. Repeated lies become accepted truth, endangering their safety and future. When misinformation spreads unchecked, it can shape public perception and even put lives at risk. Media outlets must be accountable for the harm they cause. Responsible journalism is essential to protect individuals and uphold the integrity of public discourse. This isn't just about public figures. it affects families, relationships, and public discourse. The ripple effects of media coverage can touch anyone, shaping opinions and influencing how we treat one another. We must remember the humanity at the center of these stories. Behind every headline is a person with feelings, deserving of empathy and respect. By choosing what we consume and share, we can reduce harm. Our decisions matter. What we read, believe, and pass on shapes the world around us. Compassionate choices lead to a healthier public conversation. When we act with understanding and care, we help build a more thoughtful, supportive society for everyone. In an age of information overload, critical reading is essential. Check the source. Reputable outlet or sensationalist tabloid. Beware of anonymous insiders and emotionally charged language. Look for publication dates. Old stories often resurface as new. Practice lateral reading. Verify claims with other reliable sources. If a story repeats without new evidence, it's likely recycled. These habits help us resist misinformation and become responsible citizens. The power to shape the narrative starts with us. Every day we face a crucial choice. Do we passively accept the media narratives presented to us, or do we take a stand and demand better, more accurate reporting? The information we consume shapes our beliefs and our society. The Sussexes story is a powerful example of how misinformation and sensationalism can erode trust, damage reputations, and undermine meaningful public discourse. Supporting honest reporting means actively seeking out, sharing, and valuing credible journalism from trustworthy sources, rather than falling for clickbait or rumors. Challenge unfair stories when you see them. Refuse to amplify gossip, clickbait, or misleading headlines, even if they seem entertaining. Remember, small actions, like sharing a well-researched article or correcting misinformation, multiplied by many, can shift media behavior and public expectations. Celebrate and support those who hold the media accountable, promote truth, and work tirelessly to ensure ethical journalism prevails. Teach and encourage critical thinking and media literacy in your community. It's vital for our future and for the health of our democracy. We can choose to be passive spectators, or we can become active participants in shaping a fairer, more informed world for everyone. So let's close loud. The media narrative aimed at the Sussexes? It isn't about them. It's about power, control, spectacle. It's about shaping perception. Today, we said, enough. We honoured one voice of clarity, Professor Tim Wilson, for stepping up when many stayed silent. And we stood with Meghan and Harry, not just because we like them, but because fairness matters. Let's keep this fire lit. Let's keep calling out the recycled smears. Let's keep insisting on the truth. Because in a world that often rewards noise over nuance, we choose integrity. Thank you.